Hello there. This tutorial is all about message rules, and that's how you can set up a rule in Mailinator to do something with the incoming messages to your private inbox. And we're going to do a load test to show that because there's different message rules you can set up, and one of those is to drop emails so that they will never appear in your inbox. And that's very, very useful for load testing, so you don't go through the message limits. So let's take a look. If you log into your private inbox in Mailinator and head to the message rules section on the left hand side, you can see here there is a domain section. You can enter any of the domains that you're registered for. If you need to create a new domain for this, you can do that within team settings. We're going to use the domain that we've got, and we're going to click the add rule button. This brings up the routing rule pop-up here. All we need to do is add a new rule name. So we're going to call this drop load emails, and the description is drop all emails from load. Give it a priority. This is useful if you have multiple rules set up, and if they conflict, you want a certain rule to be actioned first. So I'm going to hit priority number 1. You can disable this rule if you don't want to start to use it straight away, or you can keep that enabled by default. And then the rule itself is set up using this conditions and actions drop down. So you can select all emails, any emails which match, or if all emails want to be used, you can use this always match button here. But we're going to say all emails which are prefixed to the inbox called load. So we're going to use a load inbox for our testing. We might want to increment each of those with the number of the individual email and send that to a different email inbox each time. We can absolutely do that in Mailinator. There are trillions of inboxes available for you to use. And we can either set a variety of actions, including webhook this to an endpoint such as Slack. We can click all the links in the email if we want to quickly check that the links are clickable, or we're going to select the drop option. And this is basically a black hole. It means that the messages, before they are visible in your inbox, they will be dropped, removed completely, so you would never see them. So let's go ahead and add that rule. And that's all there is to it. If we go into our inbox now, we can see that the inbox is empty. I'm going to open my Mailinator private postman collection, and this has got a post request to inject a message into our inbox. In our environment variables, I've set up that that's going to send a message into QA, and I'm going to perform a very, very quick test injecting lots of messages using the run collection feature in Postman. Obviously, you might want to do this programmatically using something like JMeter, something that's a bit more kind of a bit better for load testing, but I'm just doing this quickly for you. So I'm going to select our post request, and I want that to run 10 times. And that's going to run, because that's injecting into an inbox that's called QA, I would expect that we will see these messages start to appear in our inbox. So let's hit Run Mailinator, and you can see how fast this is. Those messages are being injected. That's perfect. So we'll get rid of those. And then what we're going to do to exercise our rule, we're going to change our environment. Instead of a QA inbox, we're going to send that to an inbox called load. And now what we'd expect to see when we hit our run collection, we select our post request. We say we'd like that to go in 10 times, 100 times, as many times as you wish. Now, what we will see is absolutely nothing. Those messages are getting 200s. They're being sent absolutely fine, but they are not appearing in our inbox, and they will not be included on our any throughput statistics. So that is how rules work in a nutshell. If you want to disable temporarily or permanently an email, a rule, you can do that within the message rules section by just toggling this section here. You can also do that programmatically via our API, or you can delete a rule by pressing the delete button, and that will delete that rule entirely. So that's rules. I hope this has helped. And that's all for the Mailinator tutorial section. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.